How's it going, everybody? It's Numbskull here, and today, man, have I got a weird story for you. I'm going to be telling you all the story of the time that me and a sizable, daring group of friends all decided to do an asymmetrical counterflip together. We had a lot of decks in this one, and things got unrecognizable. This is a cherished memory of mine, and I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. This all started quite some time ago, before I graduated high school, and back around this time, DXM was one of my absolute favorite substances to indulge in. Some of the most fun I've ever had was during my heavy deck stint way back then. One fateful morning, I woke up and decided, today, I'm getting completely gone. And get gone I did. I called up my boys Levi and Will and asked them if they'd be interested in a nice strong trip. Of course, they said fucking absolutely. I said they could invite my ex Angela and her brother Nathan, as I wasn't with her yet. We also decided to invite two of Will's cousins, who we'll call Aiden and Shaden. Everybody was down, so the wait until nighttime began. When it finally got close to dark, Willie had already been to the city a ways away and grabbed Aiden. Shaden lived nearby, so he didn't take long to pick up. I came next, and the boys headed over to my house to snag me up. After we were all about to head back to Will's, Nathan gave us a call and asked us if we'd be able to pick them up too, so we headed to town to grab them. By the time Will's truck cabin was packed full, it was dark as hell and the perfect time to go trippin' balls. We headed back to Will's. When we arrived, I wasted no time busting out the goods as usual. I was the guy everyone trusted not to OD them, so I began pouring out everyone's gel caps and Benadryl tablets onto the carpet in Will's room. After a while, I finally have everyone dosed up properly, and we all pop our shit. We end up all taking about 300 milligrams DPH and 400 milligrams DXM. It was HBR and it was gel caps. The waiting game begins. It takes a little while to hit, so we decide to have a couple bowls of weed to pass the time and set the stage for what's to come. After about 45 minutes of this, I get the urge to go to the bathroom, so I do. When I get in there, however, after I pee, I get that telltale sign of nausea that DXM causes. Sit on the floor in front of the toilet, and I wait for it to come. It doesn't come, though. I decide to head back to the room, and as I haven't vomited for a while and feel like I've been in the bathroom way too long. When I got back in there, everyone asked if I was good, and I said yeah. We all talk for a second, and a couple people are already feeling it. I mean, Aiden is literally comatose on the floor, mumbling to himself already, and this is hilarious to me. I just laughed my ass off. Anyway, we decided to head out to Willie's front porch for the rest of the come up. I'm the first person to the front door, and before going outside, I stop in my tracks because I swear my shoelaces flash rainbow for a second. Pardon me. It was gone as fast as it appeared. Now, I stepped outside a little before the others, they were still in the room, and the second I did, it happened. Spaghetti. All over the porch in front of the door. When Willie's mom, or grandma, my bad, saw it later, we just said I was nauseous, but she also ended up finding the empty boxes in the trash, as Willie did not dispose of them properly. On the bright side, however, I immediately fell into the thick of it the second I purged, completely gone. The others get out there as I'm having a sit on the stairs trying to figure out what I'm doing. As I'm thinking, I get a call from my friend Jose, and I invite him out to chill. He says he's on the way, and I went back to thinking. Finally, it clicks. We're out here to come up, and I just had mine instantly. We talk and smoke cigarettes and vapes for a bit, probably 20-something minutes, and by that time, everyone was feeling it. It's been about like my bad. It's around the time that Jose pulled up now. That's where he must have been nearby and he wasted zero time. Pardon me, my bad, by the way. I'm a little fucked up right now, as I'm sure you can probably tell. Let's get back to the story. We all eventually managed to come to a consensus on what to do now, and we end up taking the weed to Willie's backyard basement shelter. It's quite spacious down there, really a small room underground, cots and shelves of supplies and all that. We all find a place to sit, and me and Jose end up chilling on one of the cots. We finally all get situated, shut the door, and start hot boxing that bitch. Just a few minutes in, and we're completely fried on top of our already super intense trip. I'm getting some really, really strong visuals at this point, a lot of which are shapes and people in my peripheral vision that aren't there. Weird stuff too, like the outside of the walls of Willie's house looking like scales for a second, like snake scales. And it's at this time that Levi gets a call from his dad, who asks him to come back across the street for a minute. Willie and Levi live across from each other at the end of a dead-end road through the woods. He complies, and the rest of us just continue smoking. Willie's grandmother comes down there after a few minutes and asks us just exactly what we're doing. She had already found the boxes at that point and saw the vomit, so was pretty well aware. Willie's grandma is no fool, and quite the party girl herself, or at least she was, so she knew what was up. She asked Willie for help for a minute. Me and Jose decide to follow them inside. They go off to a random room somewhere deeper in the house, probably so she could lecture Will real quick about that stuff being dangerous and whatnot. Me and Jose stay in the rear entryway of the house, just wanting a short break from the hot box as it was getting kind of, well, hot down there with all the people. We chilled there chiefing on our vapes a while, and I was checking out some pretty wild visuals coming from the light above. The starbursts I normally got were replaced with many sort of layers of halos around it. Willie finally comes back and we all head back outside. Willie's grandma had apparently said something about being worried about Levi. It's probably been like 25 or 30 minutes since he left at this point, and Willie decided to go check on him as his dad is kind of crazy. Not like extremely mean or a total asshole, but genuinely insane. He would do some scary stuff sometimes, and he literally could not control it. At least not very much. Apparently a little bit though, because he's never actually hurt anyone. Now, this turns out it was one of those times. Willie was gone for not even 10 minutes when we heard the yelling. Me and Jose were the only ones that went to check it out. The others did not want to get involved. We eventually make it around to the front of the house and across Willie's massive yard using bushes in the darkness to stay hidden. Needless to say, my visuals were going crazy at this point in the dark. We find a nice cedar tree to hide in and watch what happens. It's not our boys' first rodeo, so we know they should be okay. After a couple minutes of Levi and his dad out in front of his house yelling back and forth, and Willie standing a bit back trying to defuse the situation, I guess Levi said something that really set his dad off, made that switch flip for a moment. He casually walked back inside, and by then we knew this was not going to end well before something real big happened. And oh boy, did something big happen. He came back out after like 30 seconds with something in his hand, and Levi and Willie just started booking it back toward Will's house. And we then found out what exactly it was in his hand and why they ran. This man clinks the object against a piece of the house, and then throws it out into their huge yard away from everything. And then, boom. Big boom. Turns out the thing in his hand was a live fucking mortar shell. I know it sounds insane, and I have no idea how his dad even got it, but every word of this story is true. Me and Jose ran after that, straight back down to the cellar, and our boys were not far behind. Willie's grandma said we needed to wrap things up right now, in case cops come to find out exactly what the ever-loving fuck that giant explosion was. We're on the same page. She tells Levi he's welcome to stay the night with Willie, and he accepts. Aiden also stays the night because he lives almost an hour away. The rest of us split up. Willie runs Shaden, Angela, and Nathan home, and Jose brings me back to my house on his way home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story. I know this one was kind of short, but I had to get it out there. It's a little bit crazy. If you're wondering whatever came of Levi's dad and that whole thing, absolutely nothing, of course, and nothing ever would. We don't snitch. If you like the story, please consider liking and subscribing, and maybe hit that bell icon if you don't want to miss a video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will of course see you in the next one. Peace!